What does independence mean to you? Hi, I'm Mason Spencer. I'm the founder and the creator of the HandyWash. Today, I want to introduce you to the HandyWash and explain why it was created. So, in general, HandyWash was created to make hand washing easier and to support personal independence. Now, before I dive a little bit deeper, I want to take a step back and explain what is HandyWash, because when you just look at this, you might not know what it is, and that's fair. So HandyWash is a soft silicone hand washing aid that's designed to make hand washing easier and more comfortable and more manageable. The way it works is that you dry off a sink and you lay it right in there, and you push it down, and it should stick to the sink. The silicone is also water resistant and uh, antibacterial in the sense of bacteria does not grow on it easily because it does not absorb water. So it's the kind of like the opposite of a washcloth in that sense. But through its bristles and what I call bristle parting walls that are part of its patent pending idea or design rather, um, the when it lays in the sink, it gives you a surface to rub your hand against. And so, with that, it makes it easier for people that might have difficulty washing their hands to wash their hand. And so when think about people who might have use for this, well, Handy Wash originally was created for people with like a broken arm or one-handed use, but it's kind of grown from that as well to include definitely more people with limited mobility, stroke-related weakness in certain sides, and then also arthritis and sensory sensitivity. Now, sensory sensitivity is a huge one, especially in the ABA community. And the ABA community has really taken Handy Wash by storm. We actually have one use case where an entire clinic started using Handy Wash in the bathroom for their learners, and the learners before Handy Wash, they couldn't really get them to go into the bathroom to wash their hands. And then after they introduced Handy Wash, they struggled to get them to come out of the bathroom because they want to sit there and play with it as they're washing their hands. Um, so it's kind of the reverse problem in that case, but we're still happy to hear that it is improving hand washing. And even though there is kind of this reverse problem, I'm still told that they would much rather be dealing with too much hand washing than too little hand washing. And so they're working on that on the side as well. Um, and so, kind of coming back to handy wash in general, I want to talk a little bit about how it was created and kind of like where the idea came from. And so originally, handy wash kind of came from I'll call it a very backwards way. So I was in college and I broke my foot, and this is probably about 6 years ago now. And when I broke my foot, there was many things that were difficult to do. This could include showering, I mean, just walking around in general, but um, going to the bathroom, cleaning, cooking, anything like that was just more difficult because I couldn't put pressure on one of my feet. But there was one thing that actually was very easy for me, um, and that was hand washing because it didn't matter how many feet I was standing on for that. I can lean on one foot and wash my hands no problem. Um, and so I came to really appreciate hand washing. And then this is also around the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. So hand washing became even more important. And so uh, from there, I thought, like, wow, what would have happened if I uh, broke my arm instead of my foot? Like, how would that have impacted me differently? Like, how would I have washed my one hand that wasn't broken? Because if you have a cast, you're not supposed to get it wet. So that idea came to me, and it really just started to grow over time. And I eventually started creating different iterations of the idea, and I eventually landed on what is now the patent pending design of Handy Wash. Um, and Really from there, I started founding the business of Handy Wash, and Handy Wash gave me the avenue, or Handy Wash LLC, I should say, gave me the avenue to help people in kind of a few different ways. One is just the idea of creating a product that is going to help people in need. That's the core idea, is helping people in need. Our slogan is "A little help goes a long way," and I keep helping people at the forefront of Handy Wash and at my mind. Um, And then additionally, a few other ways is that we actually started a program back in, I believe it was November or December, where each month we find different organizations, nonprofit organizations within the kind of general handy wash community, and we donate a portion of our revenue to them. And you'll notice I said revenue, not profit. So the core idea of HandyWash is helping people. I want to think about helping them first before I consider profit. That's a core idea that I try to keep in mind. Um, and so from there, HandyWash has started to grow, and now we're in over 29 states in the United States, also in Ontario and Canada. So got that international um, uh, product going. Um, and so, yeah, this is going to start a new series of videos that I'd really like to create to explore more about what HandyWash is, who it's helping, and kind of give updates there. And then really go into depth about a few other areas where HandyWash is helpful. I might make videos where I can either interview people that have used HandyWash, people in the maybe the OT community, PT, ABA, all these different communities of people using it. Maybe even some users themselves I can interview there, but also just talking about these other areas where HandyWash really is helpful. And even I have got one next to me. Like there's other versions of HandyWash called the HandyWash Mini, and so that's one that's primarily focused for either children with really small hands or for people that only have um, uh, one arm or one hand, and they don't need the big one, so they have a smaller one that costs a little bit less and to make it easier. So thank you for viewing this today, and this is the start of something new and something great.